The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Why dost thou sit upon my grave and will dead lips to speak? Why dost thou weep upon my grave and will not let me sleep? My breast it is as cold as clay, my breath is earthly strong, and if you kiss my cold clay lips, your days they won't be long. How oft on yonder grave, sweetheart, where we were wont to walk, the fairest flower that e'er I saw has withered to a stalk. When will we meet again, sweetheart? When will we meet again? When the autumn leaves that fall from trees are green and spring up again. How oft on yonder grave, sweetheart, where we were wont to walk, the fairest flower that e'er I saw has withered to a stalk.
Welcome to the spirit world with your boy, Twitch.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the spirit world. I am, of course, your boy Twitch. Tonight, we're going to once again try to contact your relatives and those who have passed beyond the shroud into the lands of the dead. Now, it seems to be a running theme around here that I keep picking up Richmond. And I know there's been a lot of questions from the viewing audience about this, and unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about who I get told about, because I do not control the spirits. I just merely act as a conduit to spread what they wish to say. So let's see what I can get from them tonight, shall we? Okay. I know it's no surprise hearing of Richmond again. Shocking. I know. I understand. But they're telling me that the bartender saw his sister, Ami. And that encounter, I'm getting it. I'm seeing it's coming through. They're telling me about it. That encounter didn't go well at the end of it because he was taken and abducted. Why the ghosts would try to capture each other makes no real sense, but apparently that is what went on. And they're telling me that he did manage to get away with the help of one Kenneth. And I'm told there's something important about this Kenneth, but is yet to be revealed. Wait, no. This Kenneth is actually Alexis's father. So I guess what they're telling me is that there was somewhat of a series of family reunions gathering with this group. And I'm also getting an image of there's a studio. And the spirits tell me that in this studio, the one known as Margot, she was attached to that. And there was a break-in. But she managed to fend them off. There's exploding lights and scared them. Though, if what I understand is true, that breaks the rules of the dead, which, again, I don't know why there's rules. And then I see the one they say of Aurora, the writer. She spent time at her house and got a nice little gift, a bunny rabbit. I'm not sure. Is it a dead bunny rabbit or is it alive? Huh. I guess we'll have to find out. And then the one they call Tark. He went home to an empty house and got a phone call he didn't find amusing. This name I keep hearing brought up by the spirits is Palmer. And yet, they tell me Palmer's still alive. But he keeps coming up. I wonder what the living have to do with the dead. It makes no sense to me. But again, I just tell what they tell me. And then I see Alexis spending the night on the shores of the James River, and the next morning, her and Isaac having a confrontation of sorts that left her with a bad taste in her mouth. Something about lying to her, which apparently she doesn't like very much. It's interesting. It's offering a view, I guess, into the world of the dead you're not used to seeing. Well, join us, and after the commercials and everything, we'll be back. And maybe we'll be able to get away from Richmond and hear from other family members. It's your boy, Twitch. We'll talk. Good evening, and welcome to Wraith Life Derailed. I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I am Tam, and I play Isaac Candy.
And I'm Rylyn Dare, and I play Alexis Langley.
I'm House, and I play Noah Frost.
I'm Ravinia, and I play Margot Quinn.
I'm Irian, and I play Tark Tiernan.
I'm Evie Eternal, and I play Aurora Walker.
And when we last were with this circle, it was a bit of an emotional time for this group. Isaac had been taken prisoner and managed to find his way back, which was good. And Alexis got her good cry and had a bit of a disagreement with Isaac. And Noah and Tark went to see Noah's family, and Margot had an incident at the studio. Aurora got to see her family and came back with a bunny, of all things, that only Noah seems to really wonder why nobody's questioning. And as we found out also, Palmer's into some rather bad things. And that was where we are going to be picking up. So I believe this Alexis was about to go to the FBI place, and we will turn this over to the players.
All right. I might have an idea, but we need to talk somewhere where they're not going to actually overhear us. Is everyone coming?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I was going because I thought it was just you, and I didn't want you being by yourself. Preferably, I'm actually quite curious about this theater. And if you don't mind, that's something I would like to go. I would like to go investigate if anyone's interested in joining me there. I prefer not to go by myself.
We
but
will
if no one
pass
wants,
it on the way.
I'll go with you. Happily.
Yeah.
all right.
I'll go
No
with
one
you
else
if we
can do
can
that.
stop by the smith after.
You don't
So
know
Is there
where?
time for that? We only have a few hours, guys. We have to be back here.
That's true. We need to meet Spectra. Okay. Yeah, let's do yours then, Alexis.
If you
and then
don't
we'll head.
want to, you don't have to. I'm not forcing anyone to go with me.
Okay.
Like I said, I just offered because I didn't want you heading out by yourself.
It's fine, Noah. She can do this. We don't have to go with her. It's okay.
We're
She
headed.
doesn't need us.
We're
got
headed
it.
the same direction. Let's find somewhere to talk, get on the same page, and then we'll go.
Well, if you're
where
not
we-
going to the FBI building, you don't need to hear everything.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go.
You don't think
to
you
the
don't
Smith.
you don't think it's good that we know what you're doing in case something goes wrong?
My intention is to collect information.
Okay.
It would have been nice to have a second set of eyes because my cunt in my head likes to play tricks on me.
And that's why it sounds like Margot and Tark are going to be joining you.
And they will probably be busy pulling shit from computers and phones. But it's fine. Y'all do your thing.
Okay.
Go sing to the chorus of the angels, if you please. And I'm like, those that are coming with me, come this way. And I take them
You
down
don't-
by the river. There's some trees
You
along the
don't
riverbank.
Shadow up, mask.
You don't need help. You know you can do this all yourself. You don't need them.
No, cunt, because you like to lie every time you change things that I see and hear. I expect better out of you.
Look, things have gotten serious. Have I disrupted you in any way lately? I mean, yeah, we had our issues up front, but I want you to do well. You've been doing so well. I just hate for you to rely on these losers. I mean, look at the Isaac guy. He doesn't even tell you the truth on things. Your father's here, right?
So,
Well,
which ones are going with Alexis and who's going somewhere else?
Going somewhere else.
yeah.
So-
Then myself, Isaac, and Aurora are going to head to the theater.
Okay. So Alexis, Tark, and Margot are going to go over to the FBI building. Now, I know Alexis said she wanted to step away from the building a bit and plan to have a talk with the ones with her.
It's going to be heading towards the direction we need to go anyway to get to the FBI building. If
Okay.
we're just going to take a side trip through some trees that are far enough from the building that we can't be overheard.
Okay. So I'm going to let Alexis, Tark, and Margot do theirs because they would get to a spot to have this talk before Noah, Aurora, and Isaac would reach the FBI building. Or the Bird Theater.
Okay, so once we reach the trees, I stop, turn, and say, okay, here's the deal. They have an ongoing, active, high-profile investigation going on. There is, even this early in the morning, likely to be agents in the office. We must maintain a low profile. We actually passed the FBI building on our way here from the Capitol building. It is a block away from the Capitol building.
Don't you think the Legionnaires might be monitoring it then?
Wraiths come and go through buildings all the time. And as long as we don't fuck with the quick, we're fine.
It seems like a really good opportunity to gather as much information as you can.
That's the
I wouldn't-
idea.
What's
I
the
wouldn't
idea?
mind if you withheld a little bit of it,
Mm.
just for you. Maybe have some leverage over that redhead.
I'm talking to my friend in my head.
Huh.
Yeah, it's just me.
What's that one's insight on this plan?
She doesn't really need to know.
He completely agrees that it's a great idea to get information.
There we go.
Okay. So, I was hoping we would have other assistants because I really could utilize the skills that everyone has, but oh well. What I'd hoped to be a reliable team is not so much. I'm planning to enter through the back entrance that employees usually go in. I am intending to do one minor thing that no one can detect. Margot, I'm going to need your memory.
For what?
What happened last night?
Okay.
Is there anything you don't want me to see?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. I will roll open book.
Sorry, just clarifying. Are we still headed there? Do we hear this or have we separated at this point?
We have separated.
Okay.
Y'all don't hear shit.
Now, if it turns out that the FBI has been infiltrated by Pentex, do you think there's a chance anyone's going to see us when we come in?
We'll deal with that in just a moment, Tark.
Okay.
I thought of that too.
Cool.
Good God, lady, get the stick out of your ass. Ugh. Anyway, we can maybe get a hand in at Palmer. How many things in an office can kill somebody, right?
Not enough, but let's make them all work.
I think so.
Storyteller, what is my difficulty on this? Please refresh my memory.
I was looking at something else too because I've got chats going on. You're using open book, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for open book, which is a Memni power, open book, you use target number is going to be intelligence memnosis. Target number, I think if she's not resisting is...
I think it's 6 or shroud rating or no, not shroud rating. It's going to be, I think it's 6.
Equal to their target's willpower, yes. So it's, what is Margot's willpower at the moment?
It's an 8.
Okay. I've still got that.
Okay, you only need one. Actually, it's one.
2 successes to get 1 hour. I mean, 1 day.
1 day, yep. Actually, hang on. No, you just pay 2. You pay 1 pathos for 1 day old.
That's all? I don't roll?
No, you still roll.
Okay.
As long as you get a success.
I got 2.
Okay. Okay. Yep. So you get 1 day old on it.
Okay. Okay, so I am going to basically pull out the last 24 hours of memories from your mind.
You don't get the full, you get a time within 24 hours, so it would be the time she was at the studio.
Yeah, okay, so I'm basically sorting through, you're flashing back through the last 24 hours, and I'm very quickly sorting through it to get to the point where you were at the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I find the studio, and I skip through the stuff with you and her in the same room. I wait until I get to the point where the break-in happens, because I don't need to know the details of your personal relationships. I go into, and basically it slows down rapidly to where I can see every little detail of that break-in. And I stop right at the point where the lights come on. And I pull back. That's all I need.
Okay.
So, okay. Thank you, Margot. I will make sure that certain things that might have been clipped with that aren't transferred. Tark, you brought up a very valid point. I'm not certain if agents have been bought by Pentex, but I can tell you that Palmer recently had a very suspicious deposit to his bank account. That is what I was distant remembering just a moment ago.
Okay.
He is obviously ambitious, egotistical, thinks he's smarter than he is.
Slimy.
Very slimy. I want to go to the FBI office to get information. You both can access tech. Tark, you're on computers.
Okay.
I'll show you which desk is his. Margot, you are on phones. Find him. Do not fuck with him. Get his phone data. I want emails. I want texts. I want, if he's got fucking credit accounts, feel free to go ahead and cancel those. If he's got a banking app on his fucking personal phone, drain his fucking account. I don't care. Fuck with him. Make his fucking work phone a brick. That'll ruin his fucking day. Okay? I don't fucking care. But don't touch him.
I can do that.
Okay. But I want all the data off of there first. And all you got to do is look through it and I can pull it right from your mind. Okay? Same goes for you, Tark.
Okay. All
Are
right.
you okay with this?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I am going to implant the memory in Buchanan's head. I expect he'll be there. He's lead on this investigation. While you are in things, are you able to hear things around you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Good. I may need to verify some things because my shadow likes to play fun little tricks. Okay? Are we good?
We're good.
Mm-hmm.
I had hoped someone else could play as a distraction if we needed it to get extracted quickly, but this should hopefully, if we do not fuck with people. And that goes for you too, Tark.
I will not fuck with him, but if he tries touching my pregnant wife or talks about it, I don't know that I can keep from doing it.
Please don't.
I'll do what
Your
I can.
wife is pregnant too.
Yes.
Fuck. You know, fate's a goddamn cunt.
I agree with that. I honestly, I can't. This is the worst.
Okay. Okay. You don't have to worry. Don't touch him now. I will get Palmer later.
Okay.
Fucker's got to sleep sometime. And the last thing I'm going to fucking accept is a corrupt goddamn agent in my fucking bureau.
Scratch that. I'm kind of getting to like her. Maybe she could torture him every night when he sleeps.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Hey. Oh, she's got a kind of a sadistic streak. I like it.
All right, let's get going.
Okay. So
All right, let's go.
mask up. Muted mask
Muted
up.
mask up.
It's a good and solid plan. You can do this. You've got them. Just keep them in line and get the information you need, and then just tear that guy apart.
So Alexis, Tark, and Margot head over to the FBI building. Now we're going to flash to Noah, Isaac, and Aurora as they're heading over to Bird Theater. Now, because you know Richmond, you know where Bird Theater is, but I will turn it over to you for your walk over there because I'm sure it's not a walk of silence.
First and foremost, I'm going to do a danger sense.
Okay. So you're going to do perception and give my mouse. Where'd my mouse go? There it is.
I can add fatalism to any
Yep.
perception-based roll that you choose.
Yep. Perception awareness. Which are you focusing more on? Focusing more on the spirit world or the living world? Alertness is, of course,
spirit world.
Okay. Because there is a difference in the two. Make sure I don't confuse these.
You said alertness?
I'm double checking. I want to make sure I don't confuse them because I'm prone to confusing. Yep. Alertness is the physical world. Awareness is the wraith world.
Okay, then it's awareness.
Okay. Then feel free to roll perception awareness and add your points in fatalism.
Does my insightful count?
Sure.
Target 6.
Yep, target 6. Generic roll.
Six successes.
Okay. Now, you don't feel you're in danger at this moment, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. Remember that roll for as your scene progresses. In case something does pop up, I will let you know what you feel coming. And I return the scene back to the players.
Great. I think I'm not picking up any tinglies that we're in immediate danger. So let's keep going.
Oh yeah, it's an interesting feeling. We'll have to talk to Sabrina about that particular thing.
Definitely.
Can you see the threads coming off of people too?
Yes. Not. There's so much going on that, sometimes I try to ignore all that, but definitely again, just that sense of danger or lack thereof is kind of been the strongest sensation.
Yeah. My hackles raised or no? I feel you.
Yeah. I feel a little bad not going, but I had things I wanted to do, and
they're going to be fine. Her whatever she calls it in her head, it's pretty weak right now.
I mean, not to be patronizing, Isaac. I thought it best that you and her weren't together, especially on something that she was very dead set on.
Yeah. What happened, Isaac? You don't have to open up to me, but I mean, a good listener.
And I don't mean this in a bad way, Aurora. I don't know how much I trust you and the voice in your head. You seem to have had some issues in the past, and I'm a little concerned. I was kind of hoping that I'd get to talk to Noah here, but and I don't want to be. I'm not trying to be mean because I like you, Aurora. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be mean, and I care what's happening, but you have a tendency to yell out things, and I really don't think it would be good for this information to just broadcast. And can you control it?
He's just jealous.
I don't know about that. I
don't know if you can be trusted. I mean,
oh, sorry.
It's truthful, but you know,
I was sorry. I feel like sometimes the urge to say something odd hits me, and then sometimes I can suppress it, but I guess I can't necessarily guarantee it. I don't know. And
so it's like when you want a cigarette and we all start smelling the nasty smell. Is that it?
Because when Isaac says that, all three of you get a strong smell of smoke.
Like
Isaac, that's on you. Isaac, that is on you.
Now, I have
how
to
can
ask
I
a question.
tell you anything?
Where were you at when you're having this conversation? Are you walking on the street, or are you still in the woods section, or where are you at? Because you're going to have to walk through the city to get to the theater. But were you still in the park, or were you actually on the...
This would have started as soon as we split off. So if that means we were through the forest, we would have probably taken the scenic route.
Okay. Just noted for that. But yes, you smell smoke now.
You're able to stop that, right? We've seen you stop that before.
Right, Zach, why'd you have to do that? Open your goddamn mouth, and now that one over there is smelling like a freaking smoked fish.
Can you smell it?
I am you. It's Zach.
Cigarette.
Wait, okay.
Sorry. I found out that Dave doesn't like the smell of cigarettes.
If I focus, I'll spend a willpower to stop the smell.
Very good. And you focus on it, and the smell dissipates in the wind.
I'm sorry. I didn't know it took such an effort for you to get rid of it.
No, it's okay.
I didn't mean to do that to you.
I don't think it's something she controls.
It's, yeah. I don't know what it is. If it's my shadow, I mean, she knows I like that smell. So, but I mean, I guess I can understand your hesitation. If you'd like, I can go off and do my own thing.
Well, I don't
so you
want
can have
to
a
put you
chance
at risk either. We're here together for a reason. I mean, okay, look.
Nothing can hurt me.
The reason I disappeared, I saw something very important to me, and it distracted me, and I got separated from the group, and then I was kidnapped.
Shit, Isaac, I am so sorry.
Look, so somebody used that thing Alexis does where you fall asleep.
Oh yeah, that was very effective.
And the next thing I knew, I was locked in a room.
Shit. I don't really have a defense against that shit either. That's scary.
I wonder if there is one.
Gotta be, right? Maybe it's like a rock, paper, scissors.
It'd be nice if there was somebody here who actually was here to guide us and not torment us. Although I will say, I got to give a lot of credit to Dave. Dave helped me out quite a bit during that. So
it's good.
If it wasn't for Dave, I probably wouldn't be out of there.
If they're us or parts of us, they have an inherent interest to self-preserve too.
Right.
I guess, but I wonder, are they us or the opposite of us? And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but for me, either one of those is a little scary.
I don't know. What kind of being are you in my body? What is that like? Can you, I don't know if you can hear. I mean, I assume you can hear me.
Talking to me?
Yeah. Sorry.
Good question. I mean, I guess I'm you, but I ways of helping you out of pickles, and I think I've shown that.
Yeah.
I don't want him freaking out because they don't like hearing this. But remember, you're not dead. And I'm trying to help you realize that.
Yeah. Which is, one step at a time right now. Still learning superpowers, apparently.
But I don't want to say your conscience because that's so It's more complicated than that. Like, I'm here to make sure you stay alive.
You know what? I'll accept that. Little bit of Jiminy. Okay, so from what I'm getting is they are us in maybe like some kind of reflection, and they want us to stay alive just as much as we want us to stay alive.
I think it would be a mistake to think they're all the same or have the same disposition. I mean, I literally saw Tarks manifest in front of him, and that guy was kind of an asshole. Very different than the Tark we've seen.
Wait, when you say manifest, what do you mean?
It was like a second Tark, but not the same.
Oh, is he like a shadowy Tark?
It was like a reflection that was there.
Whoa.
Wait.
Okay.
If I could describe it better, I would, but it didn't speak like the Tark we know. I mean, again, and how much do we really know about any of us? I mean, so I'd like to think the Tark we know is the genuine thing, but who's to say? I mean, it'd be naive of us to not be skeptical of each other for a little bit.
Right, yeah.
I'd like not to be.
Yeah. And there was one that was like a demon. We saw what happens when a shadow takes over. I mean, I don't know if that's the end goal for mine. If mine seems to want me to just find my way back to life. And I mean, that's what I'm going for anyway, so.
But, on that note, if we're going to work together, I certainly want to trust all of you, even if we can't trust the voices in our heads. And that, I think that just starts with getting to know you both, at least right now, a little more. And to that end, Isaac, I wanted to apologize. I was an asshole to you when we first met. Like, I was super dismissive. So I'm sorry about that.
No, Noah, I'm a bartender and we were on a train. That's not unusual.
Doesn't mean it's right.
Well, I appreciate
you were just doing your job and I was the dick.
I was patronizing, let's be honest.
Yeah, but again, that's your job.
Look at that, a little camaraderie, huh?
Can I ask you a question, Isaac? Unrelated to what happened this last night.
Okay.
And again, your business is your business. So if you want to say, fuck off, Noah, that's your prerogative. But during our hearing, you gave a different name.
Fuck off, Noah.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
Kandenovich?
I mean, it sounded like your name, but just your name now is condensed from something.
I was born in another country. When we moved here, it was after my father died. And Mom decided Kandenovich probably wasn't going to go over well. So, she changed it to Candy because Candy's sweet. And nobody can say Itzhak in this country properly. So, Isaac.
Itzhak.
It's nice you're letting these people in. Go on, why don't you tell them what happened to your daddy and what Candy really means to you now?
Are you good with us calling you Isaac still?
I prefer it. I want to leave the old life behind me because I did some bad things. Kind of got in with the wrong crowd.
Well,
And as you're talking, Noah, to let you know, something's wrong. You can feel it in the strands of fate. Something's wrong.
Be on the lookout.
Look out. Are we expecting trouble?
Let's maybe move a little closer to out of the park.
Yeah, sure.
What is it?
Got the tinglies.
Shit. Okay. I'll take a second to. Oh,
You better run, Noah.
I'll take a second, having a little bit more practice to form my arm into basically like a Zweihander blade.
Okay. You will roll, of course, your spin to pathos.
Yup. Benzipassos.
And then you're going to have to roll a second to find it.
Okay.
Because that's Moliate, which is a masker power, of course.
Mm.
The target number is, of course, 3 plus your stamina, and it's intelligence Moliate.
Beautiful. Plus stamina, intelligence, Moliate. Okay. A lot of points in Moliate now. Bless. Tins explode. 1, 2, 3, 5.
Okay. Which puts it, your margin gives you 4 bonus dice when it comes to damage. And it takes a few minutes for her to do that. Now, you can do it while you're moving. You don't have to not move while you do it. You're just reshaping your arm. And as you're moving...
Can you tell what direction? Sorry.
You can't, Noah. You can't tell what direction.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That sucks.
As you get out of the forest, you come upon someone. They look... It's hard to describe. They look like somebody, probably a homeless. They don't have the life glow, so you know they're on your side. Except they have numerous wounds on them that seem to seep. I'm not going to say they're bleeding, but they're leaking corpus right in front of you. Got any change?
Are you okay?
Just need some change.
I'm going to look at this creature and say, "Get away from us now," and use get thee hints.
Okay. And which power? That one's under Castigate?
That is a castigate, yes.
Castigate.
It is a charisma castigate. According to this, it's difficulty 7.
Okay,
I don't know if that changes for anything, though.
Well, let's see, shall we? You're going to use your own purity to attack a shadow. And raises as a shield against specters. So, let's see how this works. You're going to, what's the area you wish to ward?
I'm going to just do the 800 square feet.
Okay. You're going to roll Charisma Castigate, difficulty 7.
That is 3 successes.
Okay, and I rolled my resist on it.
I told you to run, Noah.
And when you use it, this individual shies back at first, but doesn't run away. It leans in closer.
Can I use the first level fatalism ability to get an idea of the threads of fate this dude is using?
Go ahead. That's an interesting one to roll too.
I want to know if all of these dudes' threads are like, this is just violence.
So you're going to use the first level one?
Mm-hmm.
Kismet. It's
Kismet.
perception, fatalism.
Perception fatalism. All right. Difficulty 6.
That's correct.
2
Because he's on your
successes.
side. He's on your side. First success tells you the manner of their death. They were drugged by a train. Hit
Jesus.
and drugged by the train. You don't have enough successes to get more than that. Its importance in the overall scheme of things, it has an importance. It is a danger.
Back off or I'll cut you to pieces.
With my keening ability, mood music, am I able to choose who's affected, or does it affect everyone who can hear it?
Well, let's see and look.
It doesn't look like it specifies one way or the other.
Reading through it real quick, you roll charisma, you get to evoke emotions through music. You don't choose. Anyone who hears it gets it.
You know, if you turn back now, you might be able to catch the other group.
And this homeless steps another step closer. Got his hands out. Change?
If you want to run, I can try to pull you with me and move quickly, or I can try to throw it back again. Obviously, I did something.
Yeah, let's try and move.
All right. I'm going to take their hands and use Weather Eye and attempt to run with them. And I would like to throw a willpower in with it too, please.
Okay. Where are you planning to run?
Do you want to go back or around?
Can we go through, like through building to get, is there a more direct route through a building we could go through?
I think the big question is forward or backward. Are we running away or, which way do you want? Are you wanting to run backwards or are you wanting to?
I want to keep pressing on.
Okay. To the theater then. Okay.
Are we allowed to aid with willpower in this?
No, you cannot aid him at all. As a matter of fact, if you're not all holding hands, he can't take you with him.
It sounds like he reached out.
Yep.
He did.
So
yes.
what you're going to do, because you have 2 additional people, your target numbers are going to go up by 2. So your target number now is going to be 8. And it is perception plus Argos. Or actually, perception Argos.
Yeah, this time Dave doesn't want to help us, but let's see what we can do.
Well, you're asking.
You had your chance. That is 4 successes.
Takes a quarter of the time. Now, as you start to step away quickly, I need... let's see, there's 3 of you.
If he comes close,
Aurora.
I'd like to... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You are rolling perception plus alertness, difficulty 6.
Perception plus alertness. Okay,
Mhm.
glad I have a point in alertness. Sadly, I don't have the sound of dice. Difficulty is 6.
6. That's correct.
I got 3 successes, but one was a 1, so 2 successes.
Now, when everyone holds hands, who did Isaac grab first? And did you hold the other? Did you grab Aurora's and Noah's hand, Itzhak?
I reached out for both of them. So
when he grabs you, you feel something sipping into you, a darkness. And it moves. Noah's and Aurora's shadow gain 1 angst. Because your shadow has spread the taint. And as you go to step and move quickly, you catch sight of this homeless guy become insubstantial. And it shoots towards Aurora, but is gone after you take your step.
And I will keep moving till we're at this theater.
Okay. And we are going to flash to the other players after I send a note. There we go. And as you come up on the FBI building,
there's actually a clock tower across the street
Yes.
from it. I'm going to take a look at it and see what time it is.
the time says 7:30 in the morning.
Perfect. Okay, so Sabrina said a roughly 10 o'clock-ish in the morning. That took us about a half hour to get here. I'd like to keep it as close to an hour, but we might have a little bit longer if y'all need it for what you're doing. Okay. All right, let's go in. And I move around the back of the building.
And this time of day, the building is actually, it's a Friday. It's
Friday before New Year's, too.
Yeah. But it does have some people there. It's not as busy as you would normally see it because a lot of people are on vacation, but it's definitely not empty. And you step into a building that you're quite familiar with. There's Bob, the security guard that always used to check the badge as you come through and check to make sure that if you weren't able to show an ID badge, you had to have your baggages searched. Of course, you never had that as an actual employee. And you step into this wide lobby, though.
I went around back.
Into the back end of it. You still have to go through.
The employee entrance.
Right. Well, actually, that's the same scanning system even for the employees. The inside's not the opulent building you remember. The marble floors are cracked, pitted. The various walls, the paint's peeling, damaged. A few places with carpet. Carpet's moldy, tattered. And you're seeing it as it always is on this side. Damaged and decaying.
All right. Palmer's desk is going to be down here on the first floor. Second floor is going to be Buchanan's. I'd like for you both to join me up with Buchanan first while I do my thing. And then we will go deal with this stuff down here.
Okay.
Okay.
And you find a stairway to go up.
Mm-hmm. Do I see any other race in this building?
Perception and awareness, please.
Detail oriented?
Sure.
That is 7 successes.
You don't see any as you're moving through. Everyone that you see in this building so far has had life sight. You can see that the glow of their life around them as living, some brighter than others. Some, obviously, some of the people are either emotionally upset, or you see some that are under the weather a bit, but still working, as dedicated as they are. And you take the stairwell up to the second floor and come out in a series of offices.
And conference rooms.
Well, you're in the offices section when you come out through this one. But you know where Buchanan's office is.
Mm-hmm.
And as you approach the door, that nice heavy oak door and frosted glass you can't see through.
I walk right through it.
And you come into a room where Buchanan's sitting behind his desk with his feet up on his desk, and Palmer is sitting across from him with a notepad in front of him.
Alexis just stands there by the door with Margot and Tark beside her and crosses her arms and just listens.
And you hear, they're having a discussion in Buchanan's. So any leads yet on the on where the bomb came from? Anything about that? And Palmer looks over. Nothing, B. I mean, we're sure it's not a typical homegrown terrorist group that did it. It's too complex, but we haven't been able to get anything from it. Now, I've actually engaged some of the guys at Langley to see if they can pull something to figure out where this damn thing come from, because this is not low-tech shit. This is some pretty high-end gear right here. And Buchanan goes, perfect. What about that company I told you with? Now, as they're having this talk, and you're standing back, you see suddenly Palmer's hand starts jerking on the paper.
I'm going to peer over and see what's being written.
He's writing over and over. I see you.
I'm going to take a real good look at Palmer.
Palmer's sitting there.
Anything different about his life sight?
Perception, awareness. You've not tried to do this before.
Again, detail-oriented?
Sure.
That is 6 successes.
There's something off about his aura, about the life glow around him. It's got little black spots that every once in a while course through it. But keeps writing it over and over. I see you.
I'm going to try Morphin Embrace.
Go ahead, you can try. For Morphin Embrace, you're going to roll. Let me pull it up here. It's a Sandman power. You're going to attempt to put this individual to sleep. Now, I want to say, after the last time she tried to use it, the time she tried to use it on the Spectre that had come out, we did some research on it. And
Spectres qualify as wraithly creatures.
They qualify, and she can use it on it. That is where a table ruling was made after the game. You reviewed the table ruling, and if it's proven to be wrong, or you decided you didn't interpret it right at the table, you will make a change going forward. And it is one of those cases. Your target number is the target's willpower of the one you're doing it against. Your target number is 7.
That is 5 successes.
Okay. You do it. You don't see anything fall out of him or anything. His hand stops writing. And he gets an odd look on his face and looks around the room. And now that he's looking around the room, there's something odd about the look on his face, too. You wouldn't have noticed it were you not with sharpened vision and sharpened senses. There's a dilated aspect to his eyes that you've not seen before. It reminds you of a drug use of some kind, but you're not quite sure what.
Hey, Margot?
Yeah?
Come here and look at his eyes. Do you notice that?
And since she points it out, yes, you can notice it the moment she points it out.
Is that usual for him? You were far closer to him than I was.
I'm going to think back on our sessions and...
You, never seen him use drugs of any kind?
I don't think so. He wasn't the user type.
And his eyes focus slightly where Alexis and Margot are standing.
Mm-hmm.
Very slightly, his eyes focus.
So you're still awake.
Hey, B, I'll be back. Let me go and see what I can find on that company down in the office. Buchanan's like, sure thing, man. Just, I'm up here sorting through all these damn possible eyewitnesses. And just let me know when you come on back up as soon as you pull whatever you're going to do.
I'm going to roll befuddlement before he leaves the room.
Okay.
I'll spend a pathos.
Okay. You're going to spend a befuddlement on Palmer, of course.
Yep.
Okay. That is one of your spook powers.
Yes, it is. It's wits and pandemonium.
Yep.
And I spent a pathos.
Yep. I'm just pulling it up so I can see what I get to roll
Mama's
with it.
burning the pathos tonight.
Hey, sometimes you got to. It's not befuddlement. Wasn't spooks. It's which one?
It's pandemonium.
Yeah, pandemonium. Yeah, but I need to remember the guild. That one.
I don't know the guild.
Haunters. Haunters.
Okay.
Befuddlement. You're going to roll for befuddlement.
Wits and pandemonium.
Rinse and pandemonium. Since it's resisted, I'm going to make it resisted against. Okay, your target number for you is 6.
Four successes.
Okay, and when you do it, you concentrate on throwing him off his game.
Mm-hmm.
He staggers a bit.
Whatever he's planning to do, he's not going to do it.
He staggers for a bit, and then he stands upright, and his head looks right at you. This time, you do see something in his eyes. Don't know what it is, but there's something that isn't Palmer looking back.
Mm-hmm. Glad I have your attention.
I'll be back, B. And he steps out into the hallway.
I've never done this before, but can I do impulse on?
Oh, I'm sure you can.
her?
You can try.
I'll tell Margot he's being ridden.
What?
He's being ridden. There's something in him, and it's in deep.
That is a power of the Guild of Solicitors. You are going to roll you're going to roll manipulation, intimation. Your target number. Let's see. You're going to use in this particular case. Who are you using it on? Are you trying to hit Palmer or whatever's in him?
Since Alexis said whatever was in that he's being ridden,
ridden.
I'm going to try and hit the wraith or whatever
because
it is.
if you're going to use it on Palmer, you'd have to use it across the shroud. And across the shroud is, of course, would increase the difficulty. The shroud is rather powerful here. It's actually a shroud of 8 because of this isn't a place where, let's just say, a lot of supernatural is not counted well in the FBI building. But you're going to use target number 7.
It would have been 5 successes, but I got a 1, so 4.
Whatever's in it plans to destroy you all. And he steps out, and Palmer heads towards the stairs to go downstairs. What?
Are you going to tell me?
Tell you what?
No, Margot. I'm asking out of character. Are you going to tell me?
Yeah. He's after us. Whatever it is wants us all destroyed.
All right. Real time now. What can y'all do? My sleep does not work on a human body. And I tried putting that fucker to sleep, and it did not go to sleep.
I can affect emotions. I can make people I haven't tried it yet, but I think I might be able to give a command to somebody and they might follow through.
Go try that.
What do you want me to do?
Follow Palmer. Tell him to sleep.
Which power would you be using?
Or tell him to go for a walk.
Ignite.
Complex desire for anything ranging from really good food to conquest of all Bohemian. Wow, that'd be an interesting one. The artificial drives becomes obsessive centerpieces. Now, if you used it to go to sleep, that wouldn't force him to sleep.
No, it wouldn't. So I'm thinking maybe he's really hungry and wants to go get some breakfast.
All right. I'm going to try that.
And who are you putting it on? Whatever's in him?
I'm
On Palmer.
on Palmer directly.
That's the body.
The target number will be 8.
Okay.
And to catch up with him, you run up and proceed to get as close as you can.
Yep.
He's in the stairwell at this point. And I assume Alexis and Tark follow. And you catch him in the stairwell. Go ahead. You're going to roll for this power because this is pulling out all the good stuff. You're going to spend 4 pathos. Manipulation, intimation. Let's see. What is the complexity? Let's see what it's... Right now, your target is 8. Trivial?
It's not that complex. It's...
No, I would go, actually, it's trivial because you're... to go eat or something is something that is a natural occurrence.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a target 6 with that. Because it's pretty... I mean, telling somebody to go eat. Nothing.
Yeah. I'm just making sure of something real quick. Too many PDFs. Can I use persuasive?
No.
Okay.
This is an invocation of your power, not on this one. No. So let me know how many you get.
That's 6 successes.
And his head just right there in the stairwell slowly turns and looks. That's a useful trick. And when he speaks, you hear both Palmer's and some other voice overlaid on each other. It gives it a very odd quality. You hear them both at the same time. But it doesn't work when I'm controlling him. He stepped away for a second to let me do this.
I'm going to try Morph and Embrace again. Because now he's in control.
Mm-hmm. You're determined to put this one down.
I am.
Going hard. All the pathos is getting right. You can also throw willpower on it if you really want.
Hey, you know what? I haven't burned
Would
any in
you
a while.
like a little help with that?
I would love some help, bitch.
What do you want us to do?
Talking to the one in my
The
head.
only bitch I see is you two.
Okay.
Well, and him.
I'll give you everything I've got.
Absolutely. Oh, honey, you're about to see a bitch.
Target number is 8 now.
Rolling like
That is
16.
7 successes and no ones.
You see
Good job.
Palmer's head just kind of dip, and he staggers and bounces against the wall, and he kind of gets this befuddled look on his face for a second, and then his head snaps back. That's a better trick. The problem is he wakes me up after you put me to sleep. It's really annoying when that happens.
I can do this all day.
Do you want to have a talk, or shall we make a mess? How about I go upstairs and kill Buchanan? How about I go on a killing spree and we kill everybody in this building?
That was what you were planning anyway.
Well, no, I was planning to kill you.
It's already been done. Thanks
Not
to him.
fully. Well, Don't blame poor Palmer for this. He's just a tool. A useful one, an ambitious one. And a willing one at that.
So what sort of talk do you want to have?
Oh. I'm sure we could probably come to an arrangement.
Find a new tool.
Oh no. I've invested too much time into this particular one. And, well, to be frank, he wants me here. And this is where we are going to go to break. We will be back in 10 minutes, everyone. Enjoy!
She lives in murk and shadow, cold as the alleys of stone. She's a blur in the window, a prisoner of the underworld. She watches life from the gloom. Friends she lost and lovers too. That simple life she once knew before the cursed dark consumed. And every clock is broken, and every step is hopeless, living in the gloom. And every day gets longer till no one can remember, lost in the gloom. She sings a song to the moon, the loneliest song you ever knew. A friend she lost, lovers too, of life before she fell to gloom. She watches life from the gloom. Friends she lost and lovers too. And that simple life she once knew before the cursed dark consumed. dark and you will be fearless. Let the dark kill the love in your heart till your heart is painless. Come, let's leave this world behind. Dance with the dark ones in your mind. Come, let's leave them all behind. Dance with the dark ones. Dance with the dark ones. Hush, child, open your eyes. You are not alone. We are your dark ones, holding you close. Come dance with us, dance in the darkness. We've been waiting for you. That world doesn't want you like we do. We see you, for in the night fire shines bright. Come dance with us, dance in the darkness. Oh, how we've been waiting for you. Why fight the night when the night is endless? Why cling to the light when the light always diminishes? Come dance in the dark and you will be fearless. Let the dark kill the love in your heart till your heart is painless. Why fight the night when the night is endless? Why cling to the light when the light always diminishes? Come dance in the dark and you will be fearless. Let the dark kill the love in your heart till your heart is painless.
Welcome back before the break. Well, shit went pear-shaped. I think that's the only way to describe what happened before break. If you missed it, holy hell, watch the video on demand.
Relin has plans. Relin's plans go kaboom!
And the rest of the group had some bad shit come up on him. And now we're going to flash over back to Isaac, Noah, and Aurora. But at first, Aurora's shadow. Hey, don't mind me. I'm here for
I
the
mind you
ride.
a lot. I mind you a lot. This is my head.
I'm not in your head. I'm just hanging out.
Well, I don't like it.
Well, you're a new one. Don't worry about it. Not much you can do about it.
I mean, telling someone not to worry is like makes them do the opposite.
Look, I'm just taking a ride for a bit.
Well, don't fuck with her. She's mine to fuck with.
I'm not gonna fuck with her. I mean, eventually I'll come out and, well, I'm gonna do what I do. Not much you can do about that either, now is there? Don't be fucking this up. Won't go well for either one of you if you fuck this up, because I'll make sure she hurts. bad. If you got a
I don't
problem
like
with it,
you.
you got a problem with it, why don't you talk to Noah's shadow? His little friend. That's who called me.
He did this?
Well, the dark side of him did, yeah. Called me over.
Well, yeah, yes, I know.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
how this
Oh, yeah.
works.
Oh, yeah, called me over. Didn't know I was the one that was coming. I was closest.
Oh, so that asshole pretends it's all scared. Oh, no, I can't do this. And then is the one that calls us shit. Asshole.
Got friends. Don't you know, even in death, friends are good?
With friends like this, who needs enemies?
Well, I mean, I'm not your enemy. My goal is to make you like me.
You literally just threatened me.
Well, if you get in my way, of course, because you new ones don't learn yet that we're on the same side.
My side is messing with her.
My side is making sure you both join us.
Are we done now?
Sure. But I'm not going anywhere. You'll know when I decide to leave. Unfortunately, when I do that, it's always a little painful to those I've attached to. Think of it as tearing open a wound.
Don't say anymore.
Okay. And we are Noah, Aurora, and Isaac. And you arrive at Bird Theater. And this place is, when you get outside of it, it's anyone an architecture or historian buff out of this group? Noah may know about that. Aurora may, they're also from her writing. It's a French Empire style building from the outside. Very nice. And at this hour, it's actually closed because it's about 7:15-ish, 7:30 in that range for you. And from outside the building, you don't see a thing, though you did catch just barely sight of a wraith slipping into the building as you were approaching. They didn't seem to pay attention to you, but they walked into the building.
Shit, did we lose that thing?
I don't know.
I'd like to use danger
Sorry,
sense.
That's the fastest I could go. Sorry.
You're going to use danger sense?
Nothing to apologize
Oh,
for.
yeah.
Perception, awareness, plus your
Fatalism.
fatalism, yes. Thank you, because my brain was going, eh.
But I need to reroll.
No, I'm still counting your 6.
So
It'll be
what am I feeling?
one scene until you step in the building.
What am I feeling?
You got
Go
3?
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah.
There's a low level. I'm not even going to say low level. There's an element of danger on you, Aurora. It's like coming off of waves on you.
I'm getting that same feeling.
For you, Noah, yes.
Not to alarm you, Aurora, but I'm getting some uneasy feelings.
Yeah,
From
yeah,
you.
I am. I am too. What the hell?
I told you to go back to the others. You see, Noah, you missed an opportunity. You could have assisted Alexis and then got a favor for Claire.
I'm going to apologize on behalf of the asshole in my head. I think he had something to do with what's going on.
All right, maybe it's targeted us now. Did it mark us or something? Do you have a name you prefer to be called? Right now, I'm just going other Aurora.
That's fine.
All right.
Just be careful.
Yeah. Where's that bunny of yours?
You look around. Where is it now, Noah? You know where the bunny is at most point. Or sorry, Aurora Shadow. Where is the bunny? You know where it is most of the time because you see, hear, and see everything it does.
Well, I just kind of told it to run around and, be my eyes. So I guess I would look into, like, try and get a visual on where it is.
It's out back.
It's behind the theater, out back.
Okay.
So not kind of useless and didn't really help us in this situation, but
okay. Like I said, I don't know, maybe I'm marked or something. I'll be careful. I mean, I'm already armed. Get it, armed to the teeth. Yeah, I know it wasn't funny. All right, let's go in the damn church. The theater. Sorry.
And it's funny, on the marquee out front of the theater, it actually says Big Leberdsky Week. And as you step inside, there's movie posters of the Big Lebowski all around the place. Stand-ups of the dude. And although it's closed, it looks like they're running this week as a marathon at the annual Big Lebowski events they do.
Is that the Bird Theater? I get it.
And it's very odd. It's a very old style theater, from when it was built in the 40s and 50s, in that range. But it's been converted to a modern theater. So as you step into it, you're in a lobby that once would have been more of a smoking / concession. Now it's just concession area. And ahead you see the double doors into the main theater, which you can see ahead of you. And the main theater actually has a stage. But beyond the stage is, of course, a drawn back curtain showing the screen. And it's very opulent, very over-designed in some ways. And as you come in, you just barely catch the glimpse of a girl that's on your side of the shroud, a fellow Wraith, that steps into the ladies' bathroom. She had to be maybe 9 years old. But you vaguely recognize this girl. You've seen her before. As a matter of fact, you saw her at your trial. It was Nancy, Anacreona, the Legion of Paupers. And it's not a busy place. You don't see any other Wraiths. There's not even anyone living in this building. Except as you're standing there, a man walks up, black hair. He's wearing a 50s suit. You're new here. What can I do for you? Sorry. My name's Robert Coulter. I kind of run this place.
Nice to meet you, Noah Frost.
Nice to meet you, Noah.
Sorry. Aurora Walker and...
Oh, come on, sir. You might want to tell me your name. I'd like to know who I'm talking to.
Well, I'd like to know who I'm talking to.
I told
Your name
you.
Doesn't tell me much.
Robert Coulter. I'm the manager of this place. I've been the manager of this place since it opened. Well, I did retire briefly. But then I found myself on this side, so I came back. And you are?
Someone who's just passing by.
Have it your way.
I was told this might be a place for those who are more musically inclined.
Yes, we do a number of shows here. We have a number of singers, and we have a number of people who accompany our singers to create visual effects, to I'm not going to say, well, I guess you could call it illusions of various types. Normally they draw the scenes that the ones sing about. Noah. I think I've heard about you. You're one of Sabrina's, right?
I am. We are.
I was told to expect you.
Well, I was told I would be found, but I'm not much for the waiting, and I thought I'd do a little seeking out.
Well, you found a place you can practice singing, learn to sing. I know you've been told guilds are banned. The way this works, as long as we don't cause problems, they don't come down on us. I mean, hell, one of the Anacreons is a member. We're what a lot of people call the working guilds. Let's just say if they got rid of us all, it would be a lot duller around here. So they overlook our particularities because we entertain. And it's not like we break any rules. Sing, put on a show. Hell, the ones who do the illusions, if you really need to, they can also, for those who have some nightmares and those kind of things, they can a lot of times help out with that too. So we try to make ourselves useful and not cause problems.
So these shows are just for entertainment purposes?
Well, that's what we put on shows all the time for them. Now we don't do them. It's rather a pain to do them when they're quicker using this place because the lights go out. And while we can see the bright light of the theater lamps really kind of mess with it. But normally in the after hours, we like to give them, we started calling them our Midnight Madness. And we put on shows. And I think we did Othello last week, as a matter of fact. Had some people here doing Othello, but they weren't singing. For the singing parts, we do concerts. We do just general singing. Sometimes we just use people to sing in the backstory to provide background when the actors are working.
I mean, I was never much of a performer in life.
But I've heard you. I still somehow have the trick to evoke emotions. And that's why a lot of people come to watch the shows, to feel the emotions, to feel what we are.
Is there like a tryout? How am I just...
It's complicated. First, you're going to have to meet, not with me, you're going to have to meet with, I run this particular place. I'm the manager, of course. You'll have to meet with some of the other members to be evaluated. You'll be assigned a mentor. They will evaluate your abilities, ensure that you're a fit, that you can do what needs to be done, can draw that emotion, and provided you pass through that, you'll be given an initiate status. We'll put you in a troupe. You understand? Troupe of singers.
Yeah, I'm
right. And from there, provided you show you can do what you got to do and stay out of trouble, you'll climb through the ranks, and hell, you'll probably learn a few things.
All right.
Any of your friends you've seen do any of this?
Of these two, pardon my ignorance, you two, haven't seen you do anything similar.
No, that doesn't seem to be where my talents lie. If you need a creative writer, though, I mean, you can get paper on this side of the veil.
That's rather difficult. It's rather expensive. You haven't been to the market yet, I'm assuming, because if you had, you would know by the sheer number of guards around the ones who can sell some paper. It's a rather valuable commodity around here. But from the looks of you, you're one of the maskers.
Yeah, I guess. I can do the changing thing.
You can find rather quickly that all of the many guilds there are, yours is definitely, let's just say, more tolerated than anyone else's.
Surprising, but fantastic.
Well, there's, much like the hierarchy itself, there's a tiered structure to things. Not many could get along without being able to shape and create things, now would they? Only ones more valuable than that are the ones we call the artificers.
Artificer?
Yeah. Well, artificer. I guess it's a product of the time.
Yeah, no worries.
Different age.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to.
But they're the ones who, if they're not doing what they're supposed to, they go and start getting into objects. But even being able to understand the workings of things in the lands of the quick, in the skin lands, really does seem to give them an affinity for how to shape things on this side. And with enough training, a good soul forger is hard to beat.
Totally fair. Isaac, I don't know if you have any singing ability. I'm deaf. I mean, I sang in my car.
I'd like to take a peek.
Go ahead. Peeky. You're the king of peeking. All because they don't have a pathos cost on it. It's going to be, again, perception castigate.
Yep.
Target number in this case going to be 7.
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes?
Yep.
This guy died of old age. And of where he fell, you can tell that his shadow it's about equal.
Okay. Wow. You're a lucky man to have died of old age. Seem to be having some issues with the voice in your head, but fully for you that you seem to have that pretty well balanced.
I still don't know your name, but whoever you are, it's considered pretty goddamn rude to talk about those voices in all of our heads. Yes, we all have them, and yes, they speak to all of us and generally annoy the shit out of us and do bad things, but it's really impolite to talk about it.
Pardon him. We've had a trial by fire as fairly new wraiths.
It's always hard on the new ones. Someone told me that the employee manual isn't that good.
Wait, there's a manual?
No. I think that was the joke.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I've been really wanting one, and
I'd like to give you one, but unfortunately, it's pretty much left up to what we do, And as you're talking, you see the Anacreon come out. Nancy comes out of the bathroom. She looks over. She's got the ebony skin, dark brown eyes, still wearing her pure white dress. That is pure white. It's a real dress, though. Funny I'd see you here.
Why is that? Anacreon.
Well, you haven't even been here but 2 days, and somehow you find yourself in a place you're not allowed to go. It's in the property of a banned guild. And Daniel just gets a grin and starts laughing.
We were just exploring.
That's the proper answer. And she actually looks over. Make sure they get assigned to Francis, Daniel. Come on. Or sorry, Robert, not Daniel. That's a different guy. Make sure they get assigned to Francis. And Robert gets a grimace. Oh, I wouldn't do that to him. Oh, come on.
No, is Francis an asshole?
Nancy gets a grin. Ah, very pleasant individual. Daniel or Robert just starts shaking his head. Just, I know you're the Anacreon, Nancy, but I run the guild, so you just move along and do your thing.
I wish I knew what you were talking about. I'm just a big Lebowski fan. I saw the sign.
Yeah, guilds are illegal
see
here.
what was going on.
Of course, guilds are very illegal. Robert, this is Robert speaking. Guilds are very illegal, and I'm certainly not the guild master. And we certainly don't teach people how to use their power to sing, and we don't teach others how to use illusion, and I'm certainly not the guild master for sure.
Definitely not.
And I'm certainly very confused.
And Nancy just looks at us. Just remember what you were told, all of you.
Hard to forget.
Don't get yourselves in too much trouble.
Trying not to.
And now we're going to pause this scene right here and flash back to the FBI building so we can finally see what happens now. When we left the FBI stairwell, Palmer was once again under the control of whatever this thing was in him. He was very upset that people kept using powers or making him go to sleep. So are we going to talk? What are we doing here? Because I'm really getting annoyed at constantly having to be woke up by this ambitious, self-fucking inflated prick.
You picked him.
Use the tools you have.
I'm sure
And
there's
if
far better tools.
I give him back control, he's going to go run and get waffles.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not in the mood for waffles.
No, you're in the mood to cause chaos and damage.
No, I'm in the mood to kill the three of you, but I'll settle for just injuring.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could work a deal.
I lean down and put my hand behind Palmer's neck and say, I don't make deals with terrorists.
Okay, so to do that, because you're leaning in, you're going to have to try to roll. Let me bring up my sheet on the combat stuff because it's technically a combat move of some kind. You are going to roll dexterity and brawl.
Okay. I got that.
And he's going to roll his. Now, he's not rolling Palmer's, his, because there's a difference. He's in control, not Palmer.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to be looking for where his sidearms are located.
You can see one in a shoulder holster. And there is a...
What is my difficulty?
First statue?
Oh, you said dexterity and brawl.
Yeah. Target number 6 for Dex plus brawl.
Okay, that is 4 successes on 4 dice with 2 10s.
Okay, well that's so you got 4, and let me go back and do his. There's also an odd. His pants shift slightly at his ankle.
Yeah, but his hands aren't at his ankles.
No, but you would guess that he's got an ankle holster that a lot use.
Mm-hmm. So I got 4.
Mask up.
Oh.
Park, she's gonna get herself killed. She looks like she could be a useful tool. Maybe you should back off. This guy gives me the fucking creeps. And I want to kill him. I really do, but I don't know about this.
And actually, Alexis, as she goes to reach for the neck, she actually moves her other hand and puts it on the ankle that shifted with the holster.
I'm not sure you can stretch your body that far once.
As I'm leaning down, yes, I can. Because he's leaned up against, he's slumped.
It's going to be tough. I will let you do the neck for sure, though, of 2 pathos, charisma, and body.
Okay.
And the difficulty is the local shroud, which is 8, unfortunately. Now, if you want to burn
I will burn 4 fucking willpower.
well, you can burn 1 to get 1 automatic success, which gives you enough to do
Can I burn
it.
4?
That would, as storyteller, I'll tell you 4 would just give you 4 actions, but once you're touched, it burns 1 anyway. So 1 or 4 is the same amount of...
Okay, so I'll burn 1 for a success.
Right, to automatic
Because I
success.
just know some people have been able to burn more willpower for more
Yes,
successes.
But, in some powers, for statue, what it does is the more successes you have, the more times you can be touched.
Okay.
But it's not going to matter once you've touched him once. It doesn't matter how many times you're touched. You've already done massive damage.
Okay.
So
hang on, charisma and body.
Yep. Charisma and body, 2 pathos, and 1 willpower. So you know already the power will succeed no matter what you roll.
Okay. While she's doing that, I would like to inhabit his ankle.
His ankle weapon? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I see that Tark's doing this? Would I be
You
able
don't
to
know what
recognize?
he's moving into.
And if Margot is looking, I'll just nod towards his ankle.
Okay. So you're doing how many successes did Alexis get?
6.
If you're doing what I think you're doing, Tark, you can call on me for as much help as you want.
So you got 6. We're coming back to yours while Tark does his assume the shell, Dex plus insight, or Dex plus inhabit, difficulty is 6. And the actual inhabiting doesn't cost the pathos, it's just when you go to do something else afterwards.
That's 4.
Okay, you are in the weapon. Now, if you're planning to use something like misfire, it's a separate roll. So you inhabit the weapon right as Alexis gets her hands on him. What was Margot doing?
Margot, seeing how this has gone into a crazy event, kind of gets the hint from Tark. I assume she can notice that there is a gun on his ankle.
There's one on the ankle and one on his you can obviously see the one his shoulder holster because every time he moves his arms too much, his jacket gaps wide open and you can see it.
Yeah.
He's right-handed, so it's on the left side of his body.
Judging from the angle of everything going on, Margot is going to look down at the bolts holding the railing.
Okay.
And she is going to try and rot the bolts.
Holy hell. So that's your first action. This is getting crazy up in here. You're using flux, which is 100% not
allowed.
Not allowed.
And I am going to spend the willpower because I'm not going to physically touch the bolts.
Well, that makes sense. This is where shit's getting crazy. Y'all just doing bad things to a quick tonight.
The quick is possessed by a specter willingly. Fuck that quick.
Yeah, Thomas and ass.
Okay, I'd like to argue, but I don't think I can. I'm finding the power here listed real quick. Because, when you just search for the word rot, it takes a while to find, because it's finding it in other words. 1 pathos, dex plus flux. You spent 1 willpower because you're not touching it.
Yep.
Okay.
If you can help me in any way, that would be nice.
She's asking the shadow, and the shadow just says nope.
3 successes.
You age them a year. Let me roll to see how unmaintained they were. Interesting. Okay. So they're aging rapidly. Now that Alexis has her hands on them, Alexis, you form a statue where your fingers interpose in his spine. You become a solid object. But because you're touching him, it's only a brief second. But unfortunately, that brief second is enough to sever the spine. Right there at the neck. Tark, you're in the weapon. You haven't done anything yet. You're inhabiting it. Margot, you're riding it.
I used Claim the Shell, which is strength and inhabit. Not
okay. You can use Claim the Shell, or you can actually just go straight to misfire. If you're planning to have the weapon go off, you just go straight to misfire.
I want to check out its condition first before I do anything.
Well, while you're doing that, the body immediately falls to the floor. Spine's been severed. It just collapses in the heap. And you hear a scream.
Of the specter.
Fuck! Now, I want everyone, you're going to be rolling initiative on this one. I need you roll 1 die, add your dexterity plus your wits, please. Because he's going to try to do something before you all get a chance. We'll see.
Oh, that crazy bitch did it. Oh, fuck. Tark, she's a good asset. That was brutal.
You rolled a 5?
Yep.
So 5, add your dex and wits. What are they? What is the total?
That's with my dex and wits.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, that's with my dex and wits.
Okay. You didn't roll much then. Got it. Now we're just waiting on Tark and Margot's numbers.
13.
I rolled a 10, so that makes 16.
16, 13. Tark and Margot can go, and then the Wraith will go, or the Spectre will go, and then Alexis will go. What is
Alexis
Tark
is
doing?
probably dead.
What is Tark doing?
Like I said, I wanted to look at and check the condition of the firearm.
So you're using Claim the Shell?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can pull all the functions and check. You're going to spend 3 pathos, roll strength plus inhabit. The difficulty is 8. But because you're in it, I will make that a target number of 6 because you're already inside it. Four. His gun's well maintained, but you now have full control of it. You can do anything you want with it.
Is it in firing condition?
Yeah, it's got a round in the chamber.
Okay. What's its direction in the holster? Is it?
Currently, because of the way he fell, it's aimed at his foot. Because he collapsed into a heap as you entered it.
Okay, actually, I'm going to hold my action on this just yet because
and while you're standing here, by the way,
he's paralyzed.
He's more than that. His life sight, his life glow, is winking out. Double checking something here about what's going to happen here. Margot, what are you doing?
Margot is kind of shocked. She was hoping that the body was going to fall in a way to hit the railing. Shit. And at this point in the panic, she's going to pull the crop.
Okay.
And she is waiting for attack.
For something to come out of him?
Yeah.
Okay. And him. A tear in the floor opens up under him. And you see something shoot out of the body into the tear. And this thing is not blackened. It's obviously heavily decayed. Its corpus is tattered, holes in it. It's not in very good condition at all, but it shoots down into this hole in the floor, and beyond you can see the Sea of Emotions, the Tempest, below, as he shoots down in it. and it closes behind him. And then you see Palmer's life glow wink out. And then you hear a scream as you see something detach from Palmer. It's Palmer, a younger Palmer, standing there next to you. And he just starts screaming as you see his spirit torn to ribbons, slowly consumed by a blackness that you all can feel radiating off him, the entropy immediately coming and taking his soul. And you find, now you've seen what happens when a soul is lost to oblivion itself, because he is destroyed. Because no guns were fired, there's no outside noise. Nobody in the building notices. Nobody sees a thing right now. What is Alexis, Tark, and Margot going to do?
I thought I'd save making a loud noise if I could manage it, because you seem to have done the job.
Jesus Christ. Instead of focusing on what's going on right now, Margot is going to go and inhabit his phone and pull all the details.
Okay. That's cold. For what
She's
you're going to do, you don't need to go...
Just trying to distract herself,
You don't
honestly.
need to assume the shell. You're going to go straight to claim the shell.
Mm-hmm.
So it's strength and habit.
Yep.
Difficulty is, of course, 8. Because it's a phone and the toughness of this building, it's going to be a little harder to get control of, but let's see. Based on size, actually, so no, only 1 success is needed to get a phone.
Okay. All right, that's 2 successes.
Okay, so you enter his phone. I'm going to gather info out of it, I will have you roll intelligence plus computer, but now let's see what Alexis and Tark are doing while you're rolling.
Well, Alexis, what do you want us to do now? Do you want us to go look at Palmer's computer before the agency starts dealing with it?
Yes, if you can.
Okay.
Right, come on. Snap to, pay attention, be professional. Handle this, work it. Is there anything that points to you?
I look down at the body. What do I see?
He's got small puncture. Actually, your fingers are smaller than mine. Small puncture wound right at the back of his neck, where his spine would be. And that's it. The only marks on him.
Looks clean.
Come on. What's an investigator going to think if they look at that? Nothing. There's nothing around here that points to you, right?
Nope.
And everybody else, nobody else did anything. There's nothing that shows. Doesn't look like anybody crossed the line, right?
I look over at the railing.
The bolt rotted about another year.
But it held.
But it held because 1 year isn't enough to push it to where it rusted out.
And everything on his body is intact.
Yes.
Right. Work the situation, work the scene. Let's get the information you need. You can do this.
How many
Come on.
successes did Margot get?
4.
Okay. So Margot, you're gathering info. And we will leave you doing that. Tark, you go upstairs to go back to Buchanan's office. Now, what are you gathering when you're in there?
I asked him to do Palmer's computer.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going back to the first floor to Palmer's
got it.
office.
Right.
Okay. And
And as they go to leave, I tell them, be alert. Watch for anyone coming in the building. We may have to jet out quick.
so I will have you spend, have you got the 3 more pathos to spend to do claim the shell again?
Who?
Tark.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Spend 3 pathos, strength plus inhabit. Difficulty will be 8. If you want to burn a willpower, you can get an automatic success.
I got 4, so I'm okay.
Okay. then you're in it. And you can roll intelligence plus computers.
Okay.
And we will handle what you find off out of session, because that can take a while to compile everything you get. And but 4 successes from Margot's quite a bit. She's got some good dirt she pulled out of his phone. And we'll see what Tart gets.
It's int and computers or technology?
Yep, intelligence and computers. Or technology.
Oh.
You can go either one. I'll let you use either.
Okay, because that helps. And difficulty on this?
6. We go standard difficulty.
5.
5. We will make sure we note that to find what info is gathered while they're doing that, because that's going to take some time. Oh, mask up.
Oh, you can feel it, can't you?
Yes.
If you
I
had a
can.
heart, the blood would be pumping, the adrenaline spiking.
It feels like it already is.
Oh, I know. That one's a good tool. Maybe we kill her last, close to last.
I don't see a need to do that yet.
Well, not yet, but I mean, if we're going to burn ever.
Mm-hmm.
So while they're doing that, it's going to take a little while. What is Alexis doing?
She's going to go up to Buchanan's office.
Okay. And you return to Buchanan's office, and he's still sitting there going through case files. He's going through a list of people, witnesses, and reading through all the witness statements, trying to find if he can find anything in any of the witness statements that he can correlate to what happened at the train station. Goddamn, Palmer. How long is it taking you to pull that shit up? Jesus fucking Christ. Probably went down and started calling one of his fucking girlfriends again or some shit. Better not be sexting somebody like I found out the last time we did a fucking stakeout together. That's fucking bullshit.
I'm going to use whispers.
Okay. Whispers it is.
That is 1 pathos, charisma, and embody.
That is correct. And each success you get, the target number is going to be 8 because of the shroud. Each success, of course, gives you 1 sentence. Now, if you burn willpower, you can get automatic successes with willpower. And this is one of those cases where burning multiple really does help because you'll get...
I'm going to burn 3.
So at a minimum, you have 3 sentences. And now you can roll charisma and embody and see how many more sentences you get.
Can I use my eloquent specialty in charisma?
Sure. This was a dark episode so far.
Hell, man.
She's rolling lots of dice.
That's 7 successes.
That counts the 3 that you
Nope.
bought.
Plus
So
3,
you
that's
have
10.
10 successes, 10 sentences, a paragraph or 2 or 3. Very well done.
She's going to plop a seat in the chair across from him.
Okay.
You know, Marty, I told you to reassign him.
Rolling to see how he reacts. Now I've got to hear her damn voice again? Really?
I've always got your 6, Buchanan.
I'm working too fucking hard. Losing my fucking mind. I'm gonna have to put myself on fucking leave. Jesus Christ. Oh. This It's not fucking funny.
Cover up the case. You're done.
Lexi?
Yeah.
Starts looking under his desk. Starts looking around the room. He actually walks over and starts looking at his bookcase. Whoever fucking's doing this, this is not a fucking funny joke. This is fucking sick.
I'll see you tonight, B. And I get up and walk out.
And you walk out, leaving him searching his office, looking for a playback device or something that would explain what he heard, especially considering it answered him. And now we're going to flash back to the theater. And as we flash back, it's odd, Isaac, as you're standing there and generally getting the cold eye from Robert, you get a brief smell of birthday cake. But it's off. It's like somebody ate too much birthday cake and threw it back up. You can smell the bile that goes with it, that acidic tinge in the air. It's a really unpleasant smell.
Does anybody else get this or just me?
Only you. So what I'm going to do is I don't care what Nancy says. I'm not going to give you Francis.
Thanks.
You don't know how lucky you are. He's good. But he's old school. Somehow he's managed to get hold of a ruler.
You can't be serious.
Oh no, I'm quite serious.
Maybe he should meet Margot. They might get along.
I don't know who Margot is, but okay, I'm sure.
I'm saying that. I said that to Isaac and Aurora. Sounds like he and Aurora have similar hobbies, or he and Margot have similar hobbies.
No. Hopefully, you can pass the examination. It's not hard. Don't worry. If you've already been here, and from what I was relayed, you're going to pass, no problem.
Do I need to come back? Will I be called upon?
You can come back as soon as you have free time. It's not like there's a time limit, of course. Whenever you get a chance. I know it's busy the first week or two as someone who's new to the afterlife, newly one of us, I guess. Have you even been assigned a duty yet? Do you even know what you're doing for the Legion yet?
No.
Yeah. So once you get that all sorted out, in your free time, you come back and we'll get you tested and we'll figure out what you can do. And I'm sure you'll do fine. And, if you're feeling up to it, you can be back up on one of the troops around here and maybe even come to and, sing during one of the various performances we put on. Or not. It doesn't really matter because we actually have some that go to the I'm hesitant to call them bars that we use because there's a decided lack of drink.
You can stop right there. That is not something for me.
Well, there's no drink, but people like to congregate.
Still.
I'm sure you'll find something.
All right. Then I will be back when the opportunity presents itself.
Perfect. And we'll make sure that if I'm not around, I'm sure someone will be around. There's always somebody here. I have my duties too I have to go do. So there's always somebody. So,
Thanks, Robert.
No problem. And nice to meet you, Aurora. And maybe not as nice to meet Mystery Man over there. It's a little bit rude. I have a feeling he won't be in the guild, but...
I'll step forward and extend my hand and say, I'm sorry, Bob. I didn't mean to be rude.
The name's Robert, but... Okay. And he actually takes your hand, and when he touches your hand, he snatches his hand back.
What?
No. You need to be careful who you touch.
Okay, well, in the past, I've been able to help people.
You got to be careful.
Okay.
There's you got to touch the seeps, man.
The seeps?
Yeah, it's where the oblivion, like sometimes when they touch people, it kind of, we call it the seeps. It kind of leaks out into others. It's.
Was that what I
The fun
felt?
way David's messing with you, it sounds like.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I was going to offer to try and help you against that thing I'm not supposed to mention, but I guess I can't.
So, you're a partner.
Is
That's
that what it
interesting.
is?
That is very interesting and very useful. My advice to you is to tell Sabrina. She will make sure that your skills are properly utilized, because we don't have enough partners around here. Everybody needs help with that little dark voice.
That's all I want to do. And again, I apologize. Please understand, I was literally kidnapped just a few hours ago, so I'm a little tense with new people.
It's a rough city. I know there's talk of making it better, but I've been here 40 years now almost. And it's not getting better. It's getting worse. Too much crime. And it leaks over to our side. And then I know what you're thinking. All of you thinking, back in my day, Sonny. But seriously, it was better before. It's just gotten worse.
I can only imagine what it'll be like when it's, I don't know, like a mega city, something out of Judge Dredd or something.
You know, I've never been to New York or one of the really big places. I'd imagine it's kind of big. Seems a bit too much for me.
Yeah, probably a bit seedy. I mean, this is a bit seedy.
But if they have more people, they probably have more legionnaires than we've got, so maybe they can keep peace. I know I've heard things about Atlanta that, I mean, Miss Cole talks about it all the time. That they seem to be doing pretty well for the keeping things, the violence from building up compared to here. But what do I know? I'm just, I'm not in charge of anything.
What?
I'm not the guild master.
It was a pleasure to meet you. And
Pleasure meeting you, Aurora.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know
I'll be back.
you don't have any skill in this, but feel free to come back for any of the performances. They start at midnight. Most nights of the week, there's one. Even if there's not, there's normally various entertainers who hang out here, because, I mean, it's a great place to go to if you want some entertainment. And by then the quick are gone, so we don't have that pesky constantly getting turned incorporeal and, that weird. It's hard to enjoy the music when somebody's constantly passing through your body. It's just not as fun.
fair enough. Yeah, I'll come check stuff out.
Great. Seating for any of the show nights, first come, first serve occurs. The box seats are reserved. You can't take any of the box seats around up in the back top. Those are for, let's just say, high level dignitaries in the city. The Anacreons, essentially. And their marshals can take it as well. But other than that, it's first come, first serve. And if the seating's all taken, standing room works. Lots of room to stand in the back.
Nothing wrong with that.
And am I understanding correct? There's no cost for this? I mean, this must be about the only free thing in the city.
There were some members who wanted to put a cost on it, but you start charging people, and then you make some others disgruntled, and then suddenly your guild's finding that your members are getting harassed again.
Yeah, that makes
Remember
sense.
what I had said. It's about not spreading it around. You got to not cause problems, and then things are a lot more pleasant. And we try to stay low profile. Or high profile, but low aggression. So, I bid you all good evening. Good morning. Oh, yeah, it's morning.
Evening. Morning.
Yeah, it's more. He looks down and looks at his wrist, and he's got a watch on his wrist but it's not on this side. It's part of who he is. Oh, yeah. This thing still says it's 9 p.m. It's been stuck that way. Trivia
Okay.
point. You know what time I died?
Fair enough.
I was always punctual. 9 p.m. on the dot. Well, good evening, folks, and it's nice meeting you all, and just come back when you get a chance.
Certainly.
He nods and walks off. Now, does
As-
Noah, Aurora, and Isaac have anything they want to do?
Yes. As we're leaving, I want to stop Aurora for a sec and say, let me try something. And I want to use Read the Bones on her.
Okay. You're going to use Read the Bones, which is, of course, a fatalism power. You delve deeper into Fate's designs with a being or object. Snapshots of what will occur without outside intervention. Very interesting. You can spend 2 pathos. You roll perception plus fatalism. Target number will be 6.
I'm assuming Insightful doesn't apply here.
Insightful, I think, would for that one when you
Okay.
think about it.
Cool. I'm not going to fight you on it.
How many successes?
3.
You have 3 questions you may ask about Fate's designs.
Is the Spectre toying with Aurora?
See glimpses. But you don't see anything regarding a specter without outside intervention. Wait a minute. You feel pain. Second question. You don't have to ask all of them if you don't want.
Right. I'm trying to word that I'm trying not to sound too metagamey as
Of course.
where will she be a host for long?
You don't know that she was a host for anything, so we can't use that.
No, okay, that's fine. It's fine.
It's tough coming up with questions on the fly.
Right. I apologize.
It's very difficult to do that on the fly.
Is she in immediate danger?
No, she's not in immediate danger at all. You see without intervention in the immediate future, you see no causes of danger.
Can I, from my first question, can I assume that pain was a yes? Or just was my question being interrupted?
It was without intervention, because you'd said Spectre toying. Without intervention, a specter is going to cause her pain.
Okay.
That is the interpretation.
Okay.
You have one question left.
Then I will. Is a specter with her now?
When you look at the future of that, you see her, glimpses of her flashing, because you're seeing possibilities without intervention. And in some of them, something tears itself off of her.
Aurora, I'm going to need you to trust me right now.
Okay.
Isaac, you might want to plug your ears. I'm not trying to keep anything from you. I just don't want this affecting you, okay?
Okay.
What are you gonna?
And I wave Aurora closer.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use whisper mood music into her ear to try, and it will inevitably make her, but also what's potentially in her, penitent and feel bad for what it's doing right now.
Okay. You're going to spend, because you're doing, says, is that, would that be, that is a more of a negative emotion.
Sure.
One pathos.
Well, yeah, I'm good either way.
One pathos, charisma plus keening, difficulty 7.
I'm going to use a willpower.
Okay. To give you one automatic success. Good.
Said charisma plus keening.
That's correct. Charisma plus keening.
Target what again? Sorry.
7.
It's 4 successes.
And he sings a song.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Come to talk to you again. But the vision's always creeping. Plants a seed while I was sleeping. Vision was planted in my brain. Still remains in the sound of silence.
And as this episode ends, Aurora's shadow, who's also in there, actually hears a voice say, I think I'm going to kill him. This is where we end this episode. It's a very dark episode. Alexis has eliminated Palmer from the field completely. That is one chess piece that is no longer in use. And I think a number of this circle, when they find out, aren't going to be heartbroken about that situation. Margot sure as hell wasn't. Neither was Tark.
No, Margot was just kind of shocked that Alexis could do it in cold blood like that.
And it was very cold the way Alexis did it. And Noah and Aurora and Isaac, oh, they found out, went to one of the guilds, met somebody. But Noah now knows that something is wrong with Aurora. Something came onto her. You all saw the flash of whatever was moving towards her as y'all stepped away. And I would like to thank the players for this rather. I did not expect them to murder Palmer this episode, but Alexis wasn't fucking around. And for those that don't understand, when a specter takes control of a quick, they don't do it often for a reason. It ties them to the quick. And when the quick gets injured, so do they. So what she did to Palmer killed him, but it injured that specter quite a bit. He fled rather than face them because he knew at that point he was too injured to fight. One little power. And for those that don't understand that, the quick and all the world of darkness have no defense really against spirits. And the wraiths in this game can do things that a vampire would dream of. And can do it without a loss of humanity, because there is no humanity. You're already dead. So, thank you all. Now, for the viewer XP, Margot, you won the viewer XP.
Thank you.
And of course, everyone has 2 base XP for this. Now we're going to go for, what did you learn? Since we got this new fancy dancy layout, we're going to start with Isaac. Isaac, what did you learn?
Well, apparently some abilities I have are useful. So I have to let Sabrina know I can be useful.
You are a partner. Alexis, what did you learn?
Apparently, some of Alexis's powers are useful.
And Alexis's use of Morphine Embrace was draining his ability to use, because he had to keep reusing his angst to retake control again every time she put him to sleep.
Dry.
And that might have impacted his withdrawal, because he may not have the angst left to heal himself after what she did to him by injuring Palmer in that way. And you also have to make a note, Alexis, that you don't know why it happened that way. It could have been the way you killed him, or maybe it was the fact that he had a specter in him. But his soul went straight to oblivion. So he crossed over. It's not like he died and just it snuffed out, because you've seen that at the train tracks. People snuffed out. They just died. He died, came over to your side, and was immediately taken
To oblivion.
Destroyed utterly. I guess some people here might think that was fitting. Did Alexis learn anything else, or is that a big wake up for Alexis?
I mean, being how she was trained, she would have been trained to disable, disarm, and kill if need be. And in this case, as much as she hated that she had to do it, she knew she had to do it.
And we'll have to see next episode whether at least a part of her shadow enjoyed the killing. Because the shadows are the parts you don't admit to yourself. We'll have to see. Noah, what did you learn?
Noah learned a little bit more about Isaac today. He also learned a little bit more about the guild process. And that, not that I didn't already know this, but specters are a son of a bitch.
They are.
You're welcome.
I don't think this is Aurora is the one you fucked over.
I know. I had no idea what would happen. I had no idea.
Collateral damage. Collateral damage.
Aurora, what did you learn?
Well, I learned about the guild. I learned that Nancy is a member of the guild. So she is the Anacreon Poppers, and she also is apparently a singer, or I'm sorry, what are they called?
Chantor.
Chantor.
Which might make sense. She was a kid when she died. What kid doesn't sing, or at least try to sing a little bit? Yep.
She's good at it, right? And she'll probably learn a lot about pain next episode. So
it depends on how long that thing rides you.
We'll see what's going on. I don't even know what happened to Aurora with that singing ability, so she's...
Neither do I.
For the next, you had 4 successes. For 4 hours, Aurora feels very penitent, as does her shadow, and as does that thing in him. But penitence to a specter.
Yeah.
Isn't the same as penitent to others. Tark, what did you learn?
Well, we all learned a lot more about the specter mechanics and what happens to them when they skin ride, and how that makes them very, very vulnerable. And that we also we now have a new that we know about a new specter nemesis that's going to be coming back at us as soon as they heal themselves.
And that's the thing about the skin ride. The way they did it is it makes him more powerful in some ways, because every time that Alexis put him to sleep, he got woke up by the one he was in. But at the same time, it made him weaker in others. Mm-hmm. He was susceptible to the same injuries that the one he was attached to was. And though he could have healed Palmer, healing a severed spine is a significant expenditure of angst, which would have further weakened him even more. He chose to abandon his tool rather than risk. Because though specters want oblivion, they want to end existence. They want to end it by taking everyone else with them. Not just end it by getting their ass kicked by 4 people in a stairwell.
3 people.
Oh, sorry, 3 in a stairwell. 6 if you count the shadows in their head. So, but yes, 3 in a stairwell. Particularly taken out initially by Alexis. And he knew if he'd left the body, he would be subject to fighting Morphian's embrace constantly.
Constantly.
Repeated putting to sleep.
I can do this all day.
Yep. So, what did Margot learn?
Well, Tark stole it from me, but I was already thinking the son of a bitch didn't die. We've got that big problem coming up, but
what else?
That Alexis is willing to do whatever it takes to get things done. And that's kind of scary.
And as storyteller, I'm going to say that had Alexis not Morphian embraced and drained his angst, he was going to reanimate the corpse. And have the corpse go after Buchanan.
Yep.
Because he could.
Yep. That was Alexis's primary objective, was to disable the shell, to make sure he could not do anything to harm Buchanan.
Even with his spine severed, when he animated it, he could have gone after Buchanan, but his angst was a problem.
Yeah.
He did not have enough left.
That was why Alexis was trying to
do it?
Fuck him up. Yeah, so he didn't have the angst to power it.
Yep. The battle of wills.
Oh, and Alexis is a willful bitch. She, I've said in Discord chat, Alexis has some redeeming qualities, but she is not a good person.
So, of course, everybody got one for learning something. Viewers, pop into the Discord, please. Come vote.
Please, come vote.
Yep, vote on who gets viewer XP. The players love it. They
it gives us feedback.
Feedback, yep.
Lets us know what you like.
That's right. So we're going to go for the players' vote, and we're going to start in the other quarter. Aurora, you start
Alexis.
the player vote. Alexis?
The KO. That was so fucking cold and amazing. There's no one else I could give it to.
Tark?
Alexis, of course, for that bold and decisive action. It really changed the story. Yeah.
It did change quite a bit of the story, actually, because Palmer wasn't meant to die yet. But it happens. The dice are what they are. I don't cheat dice. Margot?
Oh, everything was really good. I think I've got to give it to Aurora.
Okay.
The impending doom.
Oh, God.
So we have 2 Alexis, 1 Aurora. Isaac?
Tough one. It really is. But because Alexis made some deal with the voice in her head, I'm going to give it to her.
So we've got 3 Alexa. Or Alexis. Sorry, not Alexa. That's a different game.
I don't work for Google.
3 Alexis, 1 Aurora.
Alexa, up my experience, please.
Yeah. Alexis, your vote.
I'm going to give it to Tark for being wise enough to hold his action instead of discharging that weapon. Because had he been impulsive and discharged that weapon, we would have been fucked.
Because even the dead would have heard
Premature discharge is never good.
That's never good.
And
That's
any race that were in the building that Alexis didn't notice would have heard it go off. And probably come checking out too, because wraiths are curious like mortals. Noah, your vote.
I'm very remiss to reward the person who is my evil shadow, but I will give it to Alexis.
So by a good majority there, Alexis,
Thank you, guys.
you get the viewer XP or the player XP. Sorry, viewers, please go vote.
Please.
For whatever, you don't have to even have a reason. You can literally vote for whatever you want. Don't care.
And if you think everybody, say everybody.
Yeah,
it's
you
fine.
can vote for everybody.
We count those too.
Yep. If you just want to vote for, Noah because of his hat, go ahead. It's fine. It's whatever you want. So, if you like what we're doing here, give us a follow here on Twitch. Give us a subscribe on Twitch if you really like what we're doing. Bits and donations, they go to the players. Last week, the players were the viewers were generous and gave enough for all the players to have bought some Starbucks, which is pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But that goes to the players, not the studio. If you're watching this on YouTube, give us a subscribe on YouTube. It's free. Tell your friends about it. If you really like what we're doing, tell your friends.
Share it with your friends.
That's right. Tell your friends about it because we love sharing the story. We're not trying to make money. We're actually doing it because we want to tell our stories and share in the story with people who watch. Pop on the Discord. I'm telling you, we cast all the shows from people on our Discord. If they're in our show, I think 99.99% of them are on the Discord. So if you want to be in the show, you get on the Discord and watch for casting calls to come up. We like playing with new people. We love to play with new people. Check out our friends over here. I'm going to let Relyn go through the schedule because I know she's going to mention...
I don't even know what the schedule is yet for when this is airing, so check and see what shows up when we go offline.
But I will say, I'm pretty sure when this airs next week, there will be Artemis Lika's Werewolf.
Oh, yeah, that will be on Sunday. Saturday should be, I think, I don't even know when this is
they're
airing.
on break.
No, I think they're coming back.
Nope, the 6th they are on break.
Okay, I don't.
Yeah.
See, I don't know because I haven't done the March schedule yet because we're still in February.
Ishmael will be on break after this airs, so there will be no Saturday Ishmael. Sunday, Artemis Lika's werewolf game is coming on at 1 p.m. on Eastern on her channel. And then at 5 p.m. Eastern, Windy City After Dark, our vampire game, which you get to see, 3 of the people here in it.
And maybe if Tamshu hasn't killed off all his players yet, there might be a stuffed on Monday at 8 p.m.
Or if they haven't committed genocide against the stuffed.
Or maybe they've committed genocide against the stuffed, and that's the end of the story. So we don't know, but we shall see.
And the 9th, Tam, is the 9th Haunted Chronicles or Darker Waters on
I
the
think
9th?
that one is Haunted Chronicles.
I think
Haunted
so,
Chronicles,
too.
yeah.
So,
Haunted Chronicles at 8 p.m.
Chronicles of Darkness game. It's not World of Darkness. It's not Wraith, but it's very closely related and a lot of the same concepts, just slightly different. That's all. And
of course, Wednesday we'll be back.
And so that Relyn don't get on to me, check out our merch. She told me I don't do that enough. We don't have much Wraith. We don't really have any of the Wraith merch. It's mainly our Windy City and then some inside jokes for those that are
that part of our Discord community.
Well, and constant viewers understand the Steve Perry Curse My Dice.
Yeah.
And Torvald's
This guy right here.
Yep. Torvald's Gut Punch is the other one. And your boy Twitch has got his own mug. Because your boy.
My boy Twitch.
Yep. But this episode took a very dark turn when Alexis decided to in cold blood murder someone. But it's Wraith. It's not sunshines and rainbows. And let's be frank, I don't think anyone who becomes a Wraith is a good person.
And she's just over a week old. Imagine what she'll be capable of with some age.
No one who becomes a Wraith is a good person. Because ultimately their shadow is there. And that shadow is the dark side of them. And in the end, you lose to oblivion. Entropy always wins. So from, in the words of Chops, mental health is no joke. Please, it is not a laughing matter. Take it seriously. Check in on friends. Check in on family. Check in on people you know, people you barely know. Please check in on them. Don't assume they're okay. It's a tough time right now for everybody. And a lot of people aren't able to handle it and they need help. And if you are somebody who suffers from mental health issues, please reach out and speak to somebody. Reach out to those that should be checking in on you because we can't always carry it by ourselves and we shouldn't. And as Wraith will show you as a game, our fetters that keep us here are our emotional connections to each other. And those are very important. So from Mick Stabber Studios and the cast of this game and all of us around here, thank you and good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.